morning and welcome to the program Perspectives. This morning on Perspectives, we'll still continue with the series on Nigeria at 60. We're working, counting down on Nigeria at 60 and looking at how well we have done as a nation and as a people too. And of course, if we had cogs in the wheels, what had happened then? Have we been able to cross so many hurdles, that are, stalling development and nationhood? What have we done with the successive governments that have, come into power in Nigeria? Military incursion to civilian administration. How much have we done for Nigeria? And then we look at Nigeria as a nation. There's so much that we're blessed with. We'll talk about human resources. We'll also talk about natural resources that we are endowed with. But how much have we used all of this? Yes, Nigeria, which its diversification in tribe, in tongue, and in culture. But yet, we're lumped us up as a people. And so, come October 1, Nigeria will be 60. And for some people, they're so worried that at 60, we're still not, close to near the ocean, that we probably are far from the ocean. And then they'll compare us with countries that we started, the business of development with. And some analysts are saying they've gone beyond us. But again, why is that so? Well, I know that we all have so many reasons that we can put into it. But the topic, Nigeria, is one that has been discussed from time, that we set up this project. Things to look at, whether we looked at them very well. We had founding fathers for Nigeria, how much of, did they put in to make Nigeria a great nation. And of course, subsequent administrations that have come in, how much we've done for that. So, we'll be looking at it as we get close to Nigeria at 60. We'll be talking about just what went wrong and how much can we do to put it right. That's talking about fixing Nigeria. My guest this morning on Nigeria, where we are with it today, is Mahdi Shehu. Mahdi Shehu is a chairman, Dialogue Group. If you're conversant with some nooks and crannies of Kaduna, you would see this standing, this big, huge figure of dialogue, in so many pies that they've put their hands on. Well, he is the chairman, Dialogue Group, and Mahdi Shehu, good morning and glad to have you with us.
Good morning, Mr. Toyin. How are you?
All right, I'm good. And yes, Nigeria working towards 60. When you count down now, that's where we're on, and looking at Nigeria for the so many years that we've put together in bringing up this nation and building it. What can we talk about nationhood? What can we talk about economic development? What can we talk about our people, how employed that they are, and of course would also make comparisons. That's what Nigeria is getting today. Nigeria is getting some comparisons that. One would just wonder how we came about that. To look at Nigeria and to say that it is the poverty capital of the world. To look at Nigeria and say it's taking a position of third in terrorist countries of the world. And to look at Nigeria and say that it is one of the country that harbors millions of school children not in school. And to just look at Nigeria living, some people say, below the poverty line. How well can we explain where we are today in Nigeria?
Well, I think for whatever it is worth, let me say congratulations to all Nigerians who will witness Nigeria turning into 60. Alive, even if hungry, even if not healthy. Let me just say congratulations. But let me also go further to say that all those things you summarized and mentioned are issues that are not surprising to anybody. Why do I say so? You are talking of a nation like Nigeria with the economic turmoil, with insecurity, unemployment, economic degradation, uncertainty, pains, cries, and everything. This shouldn't bother anybody anymore. And this shouldn't surprise anybody anymore because we lost it from the beginning. Where did we lose it? You don't build a nation based on emotions. Neither do you build a nation based on selfish reasoning. Neither do you build a nation based on hate. Nations are being built purposefully. For instance, look at what the Greeks were saying thousands of years ago. They said, there are three people or brand of people or class of people who make up a nation. And they go ahead to say, the first are fools. In every nation, you find a percentage of fools. And they went on to define who a fool is. They said, fools in a nation are those who think only about themselves. They dream about themselves, they talk about themselves, they think about themselves, and they plan only for themselves. For them, nobody matters, nobody is important, nobody should be considered, nobody should be factored. The Greek people said, these are fools in a nation. They said, the second class of people are the tribalists. And they said, the tribalists are those who think only about their own tribe. Let anything happen to anybody as long as their tribes are not involved. Let everybody go hungry. Let everybody get involved in an accident. Let there be any fire in Pharaoh in any tribe, as long as it's not their own tribe, so be it. But they say the third category are the citizens. The citizens are those who always think of others first before anybody. They cry when others are affected negatively. When others are having sleepless nights, they are also having sleepless nights. When others are hungry, they feel the pain. When others are disillusioned, they also share that. These are called citizens. It is a combination of these three that make up a nation. But they said, you can't build a nation, and this is a subject matter. You can't build a nation where you have more of fools, more of tribalists, less of citizens. It's only when you have more of citizens, less of tribalists, less of fools, that you can build a nation. Come back to Nigeria here now. You can't build a nation. In Nigeria, there are more fools, there are more tribalists than the citizens that are supposed to be more in building a nation. And it is the system that creates more fools. It is the way and manner people are being managed, their resources being managed, or mismanaged in any case, that makes somebody go back into his own shell and decide to become only a fool, or decide to become only a tribalist, rather than becoming a citizen. For instance, where you have somebody, like say a governor, exclusively managing the resources of his own state to the maximum benefit of his own tribe and his own zone, tell me how other people from other zones will contribute in building that state. It will happen. Or for instance, a nation where you find a president exclusively, openly, clearly being segregative against one particular tribe or another, against one particular region or the other, there is no way the victims will contribute in building a nation called Nigeria.
Well, Mahdi, let's look at how it all started. Groups of people were put together to form this nation. That's why some people say it's an unholy marriage that got us here. But we see from other countries of the world or other climes that a country like America is a great nation today because it has all the groups of world in America, and they're working for good. Are you talking about leadership that has not been responsive? And go back again, we talk about leadership from the founding fathers, that we weren't going well with the parliamentary system that we had. What had gone wrong this time? We had military incursion, and we moved to civilian too.
No, the brand of leaders that emerged at independence, their mindset, their focus and their vision is completely different from what obtains soon thereafter. What am I saying? They don't have this stealing tendency. They don't have this segregative tendency. They don't have this primitive accumulation tendency. And they don't have this tendency to survive by all means, even at the expense of other people's lives. This is the difference between...
But they were working for their people. I mean, we were looking at the regions. We started on the regions.
Yeah, even if you look at the region, they did fantastically well for their origins for that time. They had a purpose for their region. They understood that it is only they build their origin that Nigeria would be great. They knew it. And they went all the way, all out, extra length, extra mile, extra speed to ensure that they understand the need of their own people at that material time and worked towards those needs.
And the military said it was wrong, and so they came in.
That was also the in thing that time. Coup d'etat. Coup was the in thing in Africa that time. I'm not just fighting at all, but that was the in thing. Because even then, at a certain time, there appeared to be some total break. There was a clear crack in the political system, even though original basis. That was what the military capitalized on, and they came in. They kept on coming in and going and coming and going, and by the time you wake up now, they have destroyed virtually the entire fabric of the social, political, economic, and social life of the Nigerians. That is the sad summary of it.
Now, democracy. Democracy is defined as government of the people, by the people, for the people. Now we've had a system where we're going on 20 years on with our democracy, and 20 years on with our democracy today, people would say, people clamor. I mean, I'm just taking this off record, that people even clamor for military to come back or to go back to the old parliamentary system that we had.
Maybe as a rider to your own definition, mine would have been to look at democracy as an activity dealing with conflict and the way it is resolved. Compromise, the way it is arrived at by giving and take. Decision making, the way it is taken. Power, the way it is exercised. And legitimacy, and the way it is sustained. Now pick it one after the other. An activity dealing with conflict and how it arises. Now there will always be conflict in the society because resources are the main center of conflict. Everybody is aspiring to get as much as he can from those resources, willy-nilly, whether in a balanced manner or in an unbalanced manner. Everybody is looking at those resources because we don't have an organized system of sharing resources equitably in a just manner, in a responsible manner, and on continuous basis. Therefore, if you are not sure of those resources will come to you legitimately, you go and get them illegitimately. You understand? So they create more conflicts than ever. Power also, in the course of trying to get power, conflicts arise. How they are resolved define how the nation is going to stand. So it's an activity that with conflict, the way it arises and the way it is managed. Power, the way it is exercised. The way and manner the Nigerian constitution is framed will definitely assure there will always be a problem arising for power, because it's an absolute power given to the governor, given to the president in such a way that you are creating some small gods there, invited commerce. Because look at the constitution. Everything revolves around the president. Everything in Nigeria revolves around the president, courtesy of the constitution. Every other aspect of governance depends on his whims and caprices. Where if you wake up in the morning, he's not happy, every other person will not be happy. If you wake up in the morning, he's happy, every other person will be happy. That is democracy and Nigerian constitution for you. And until and unless this power is diluted sufficiently to make it unattractive for somebody to aspire and fight because you want to become a president, for that long we are going to be having power being abused, power being exercised in a manner that will not benefit the majority, will end up benefiting only the minority. Decisions are taken under democracy in a kind of blackmailing manner. It's a democracy in Nigeria rooted in bribery, in corruption, in inducement, in blackmail, and all sort of nonsense. That is why democracy is not working in Nigeria, because it's not pure democracy as you define it. And the worst is even, we don't even know when to let go. Democracy is about knowing when to let go. The moment you are unpopular, the moment you cannot deliver your mandate, the moment you cannot perform the primary function of governance, what is it there? Every responsible governor, every responsible government at federal or state or local level is supposed to perform these primary functions. Protect lives and properties of the citizens. Protect their integrity and their dignity and their rights. But when you find thousands of people are being killed, properties being destroyed, honor being abused, rights being denied, and you still see a governor sitting down comfortably in his own state, or a president sitting comfortably in his own country, pretending that nothing is happening, nothing is wrong, and all is well. This is the brand of democracy you have in Nigeria today.
It was only on the military system that we had this total protection, so to say, I mean, for the people. In a democracy, we're not seeing much of that, especially with what you said about our own kind of democracy. Now, something has come up again in this lexicon that we're going up with, and that's restructuring. Restructuring tells me that all is not well in the country when you have people agitating for restructuring of a country. That got us there. Now, insecurity and all that you have mentioned, are there the reasons for asking for restructuring at this time in Nigeria?
If you ask me personally, Mahdi, do you require restructuring? I said, absolutely. I need restructuring. Restructure the army, restructure the police, restructure all the security and intelligence generation agency in Nigeria, restructure the economy, restructure everything, if that will bring peace in Nigeria. But the problem is that we have been so intertwined, so interrelated in culture, in socialization, in religions, in such a way that even after doing what we think should be done, the problems may not fizzle away overnight. But I think we should give it a try. For instance,
Mahdi,
I don't see where a policeman from Akwa Ibom is posted to Kaduna State to go and contribute in community policy. By the time he's posted to Kaduna State, it will take him 30 years. In fact, he will retire before he will understand 1/10 of the area called Kaduna State. Therefore, a local police, state-owned police, will contribute immensely. Who know the nook and crannies of the state will contribute more. Community policing than somebody who is alien to the culture of that people, alien to the typology and geography and the religion, everything about those areas. Just like pick somebody from Kasana and take him to Akwa Ibom to contribute in community policy. He will never succeed. He's going to be an onlooker, a spectator until the time he retires. To that extent, I subscribe wholly, totally, completely for the restructure of the Nigerian police to create an independent state police. Nothing wrong with contributing to a national police if there is any reason for national police. Same to the army, same to everything. I also do not see a situation whereby a president of Nigeria, for instance, will every year, as a way of ritual, lay a budget before the National Assembly, prepared by the Minister for Budget, a budget meant for the development of the whole nation. We have our own peculiarities. What I'm saying is, a state, every state must have a developmental and budget standing committee that will make their own budgets that will reflect the federal requirement and then submit their own requirement. This, my state, is not the priority of the president to tell me what he will do for me. No. It is the input from my own state. What we need that should constitute the federal budget. To that extent, I don't want this ritual of a president laying down a budget every year on behalf of other states. Neither do I subscribe to the fact that a governor will lay a budget to the state assembly through the commissioner for finance, commissioner for budget, every year as a ritual. No. The senatorial zones must also have their own developmental plans that should fit into the budget of the state every year, not the governor, just in the comfort of his office determining how many kilometers of roads he's going to do to his own zone and how many he's going to do to others, or determine the number of boreholes. Who told him the communities all have homogeneous requirements? No, they don't have. We need a total decentralization, total decongestion, because it creates a situation where somebody feels he can either develop you or underdevelop you because you have not voted for him. That isn't democracy. Democracy is about second opinion, third opinion, dissenting views. It's about opposition. If you're in democracy and you hate to be criticized, you don't like second views, you don't like alternative views, please resign. Democracy is about objective or even non-objective criticism. Democracy is about dissenting views. You must be prepared to hear dissenting views, assimilate them, and get the best out of them, because some of them are extremely good.
Now that this is up, I'd like to ask you, could you just be as simple as it is. Do you see us, or do we trust ourselves? And then do we trust leadership in this country?
I would say absolutely no, because we are a bunch of pretenders. I'll give you an example. Nigeria is made up of a constituent of majority Muslims, majority Christians, and other worshippers in their own different forms. But if truth will be told, and it must be told, majority of Muslims and majority of Christians are only Muslims when it is convenient, and are only Christians when it is convenient. I'll give an example. Now, during Abacha's era, or let me even not call him, there was this managing director of a bank, a northern bank. The bank collapsed. The MD was taken before a tribunal. He had only once. In between his wife, his younger brother, his house girl, himself, they stole 3 billion naira of that innocent bank. He was arraigned before a competent court of jurisdiction. He appeared only once. Before the next adjournment date, a very senior northern emir, a very senior traditional ruler, a very senior Islamic scholar, and 2 other influential northerners went and saw the president and interceded on his own behalf. By the next adjournment date, the Attorney General appeared in court and entered a nolle prosequi. I no more intend to continue prosecuting him. As if that is not insulting enough. 3 years after, none of this money was recovered. 3 years after, his name appeared among those given national honor. If you write his name, you all know. Those who understand what I'm saying, they know the name. Before you know it now, each time he write Alhaji so. Out there he write OON, Officer of the Order of Niger. 9 years after, another governor from the south stole not 3 billion. He saw the reward given to this managing director, so he stole 30 billion. After stealing 30 billion, in the same manner this MD was taken to a court, he was also taken before a court. After 1, 2, 3 appearances, members of the South Christian Forum, South Elders Forum, with the then Secretary of Khan, my good friend, everybody saw it on NTA, went and saw the president. And they asked Mr. President, we are here on behalf of our son. We are here to ask this persecution. He's being persecuted. This persecution, if the money said to have been stolen by our son, if the money belonging to the federal government or the state, he said, the money belongs to your own state. He said, Mr. President, he is our son. It is our money. We have forgiven him. Thereafter, there was no more court appearances. And of course, he became one of the most influential political figures then and even now. This is not Christianity. This is not Islam. We either become functional Muslim or functional Christians to build our nation, or we continue pretending that we are Muslims, that we are Christians, when indeed we are only Christians and Muslims at our own convenience.
The feminist perspectives, and we're talking about Nigeria getting ready to be 60. Your thoughts about Nigeria, your views, where should this country have, be now? And of course, what are the cogs in the wheels of progress? The Shehu, chairman, Dialogue Group, as guest with us this morning. We'll come back after this break. Welcome back. It's the program Perspectives this morning, coming to you on Invicta 98.9, and we're getting ready for Nigeria at 60 come October 1. In the life of a nation, 60 years is no small years. And so we're talking about countries we started this journey with and others that met us along the road. And we're making comparison that where is Nigeria today and with other countries that we started with. For some, and for all, Nigeria has made, outstanding progress, has made leaps and bounds in terms of what we see around. But question again, we ask, could we have done better? as a nation, and of course, what were the cogs in the wheels as we moved towards nationhood. And so, and sharing thoughts with us on that this morning is Mahdi Shehu, Chairman, Dialogue Group. And we're looking at it that could we have made it better as a nation? Because come October 1, we will be talking about Nigeria and its journey so far. Mahdi, I bring it to you. This goes back to before 2015. Just then, when we're getting ready to have a change, America had made a projection about Nigeria, saying that did not see the prospect of Nigeria holding as a nation. And of course, 2015 came to pass. And we're on with the journey. We're still on with it. And so here we are with Nigeria, prediction, of those that did not see Nigeria holding or failed. And so Nigeria is still moving on. But the question must be asked at this time of insecurity, economic downturn, and of course unemployment, and the youths not finding a place, to make them aspirations, achieved, and all of that is going on with Nigeria. And the question must still be asked that with what we are seeing now, how long can this country hold with this unpalatable arrangement that we have on the ground?
Well, for me, we are still enjoying the generosity of God. We are just living and surviving by the will of God and by the miracle of God, just like the miracle of Jonah, just like the miracle of the madman who is eaten from the dustbin. No diarrhea, no vomiting, no whatever, no dyspepsia, no abdominal distension, nothing. That is an absolute miracle. We are also living by the miracle of God. For instance, this question you are asking, people keep on asking this question like the scribes and the Pharisees. You remember the biblical scribes and the Pharisees? They keep on asking Christ endless question. At every moment they want a miracle. Most of the people came hungry. He fed all of them to satiation, and the food was remaining. They said, Master, fantastic miracle, show us another miracle. Blind Bartimaeus came, blind. He restored your sight. They kept on asking the same question. Master, show us another sign. He brought back Lazarus to life. Master, show us another sign. It was at that point that Christ said, an evil and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and there will be no sign that will be given on it except the sign of prophet Jonah. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the earth. That is the miracle. We are living under the miracle of God. Otherwise, the complete disequilibrium, the complete dislocation, the abject poverty, the economic mismanagement, the political turmoil are enough to have brought this country to its own knees. But God in his own infinite mercy have seen that if he breaks Nigeria down, where will 200 million people go to? No country in the world can accommodate 200 million immigrants or refugees. Nobody. So God keep on holding us because he is omnipresent. He is everywhere. He knows everything. He knows what is happening. And he does not want to go out of his way to inflict any physical or emotional injury. Otherwise, the story of Nigeria would not have been seen even on the map of the world.
That's how bad it is.
It is that bad.
And with what is also playing out, and we've seen, no doubt about it, this administration came with some cardinal points that it wanted to look at: insecurity, gainful employment for the youth, and of course the euphoria that came, when this administration came into being, that we all celebrated it, that we would say. But again, Nigeria, as it is a country with its so many problems, with its so many people, with its so many, issues to tackle, and to look at. For you, talking about the of this administration so far, has it been, working towards achieving these cardinal goals that it said it would put into place and make for a better country for us?
In addition to the will of God keeping this country intact, there is also another non-miracle factor that is also keeping Nigeria great. One. What is that non-miracle? Corruption. corruption is one single factor, aside the miracle of God, that is keeping Nigeria intact as one nation. It sounds funny.
Yes, because God would not want that.
It's not godly. This is not the God part. It is the human part. Now, have you ever heard, if you go to any ministry, and I said any ministry, either a local, in the state or federal level, you find, especially at the federal level, those who are stealing money out of the system come from Christianity, Islam, the Yorubaris, the Hausaris, all races, all ethnic groups. They are united in corruption. They are united in crime. Such that when it comes to crime and corruption, no Yoruba factor is important, no Hausa factor is important, no any ethnic consideration plays any role. What is important is they are united by stealing, they are united by corruption. If one were to stand out against that corruption, they will crush him. Therefore, corruption, as bad and detestable as it is one of the factors silently and loudly keeping Nigeria intact. Remove corruption today, you will see blood flowing. That is why this regime is finding it extremely difficult to deliver whatever would have been their own promises, because corruption has overpowered whatever is the vision of this regime, in addition to what happened also to the other previous regimes. It is corruption fighting in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night, in the evening. Fighting not with guns, no. Fighting with intellect and fighting with conspiracy and fighting with their willpower, increasing by the day, to continue stealing until they steal the country empty, high and dry.
Can we ever steal this country dry?
Well, why not?
I'm saying, let's come back to the natural resources that this country is blessed with. Again, you will say hand of God.
Untapped.
Untapped. Yes, untapped.
Yeah.
Yes. So, if tapped,
yes,
where we would have found ourselves today?
Well, it's not being tapped. Only less than 10% of our resources are being tapped. And even when they are tapped, like the oil in Nigeria, is being tapped to the maximum benefit of very, very few class of clique, cattle, and cabal. That's the irony. If you go and see the way gold is being tapped, uranium is being tapped in Zamfara state. Here, the Zamfara state is facing abject poverty. So it is also to the total exclusion of majority citizens of Zamfara state, but to the total benefit of very few people that are now benefiting from those deposits that are natural, that are owned by nobody.
We must begin to talk about what we need to do, what we need to do. This administration is doing all it can do and still working further to do.
Maybe we'll continue to appeal to our individual and collective conscience that you who is stealing money meant for your own state or money meant for your local government, whether a Christian or a Muslim, you are fully aware that judgment day awaits you. You are fully aware that you lost a relation somewhere, somehow. A father, a mother, a brother, a sister, a cousin, an uncle, a neighbor, or even an enemy. You have never seen that departed soul come back. And as a believer, you know that there is going to be a judgment day. There will be accountability. And of course, there will be a return of either hell or heaven. If you are fully aware of that, also ask yourself the further question. Have we ever seen somebody taken to his grave with gold, silver, diamond, dollar, naira, or what? You've not seen it. If you steal $1 billion naira today as an individual, if every month you are going to spend $1 million naira, you spend 83 years spending $1 million naira every month. If you steal just $1 billion naira. But today, it's not $1 billion naira being stolen. You find hundreds of billions of naira being stolen by one person. That is called primitive stealing. You steal what you don't need. We need to continue appealing to our consciences and going back to God and seeking the pleasure of God, not through stealing, but through protecting the collective wealth of the nation and ensuring that it is distributed equitably, responsibly, timely, whether you like whatever you're developing or not, whether you like those set of people or not, give them what is due to them so you can have peace of mind.
At this point, I'd like to have our line opened, get to hear the thoughts of our listeners out there, and of course hear comments too and questions to our guests in the studios. And numbers to call to be part of this conversation, call us on 081 40,000 989, 081 40,000 989, or 070 87 800 989, 070 87 800 989. And I just appeal to our listeners that your contributions should be mindful and objective to hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tony.
Good morning.
Good morning to your guest in the studio.
Thank you. Good morning.
I'm Francis from Canada.
Francis.
Honestly, our guest this morning, may God Almighty continue to keep you, to increase your knowledge and your strength to speak the truth. To be frank with you, I'm so fulfilled to be part of those that are hearing your voice this morning and hearing the truth that this nation has been completely destroyed negatively by our leaders.
Completely.
To be frank,
our
leaders have indirectly rendered the masses useless. In the sense that
hello, Francis.
no, hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, now go on.
In the sense that the youth and the unborn children of this country has no future if not by the grace of God.
That's
but
been
by
pessimistic.
the leadership of Nigeria, there is no future again.
No, please, not on that line. We will not tread that line, Francis. Okay, we'll hear. Yes,
sorry.
Please.
But just for instance, when this government, the present day government, was struggling for power, I knew how they preach about so many things that was going wrong in Nigeria then, and what they are going to do if eventually they cling to power. But today, what are we seeing? What are we seeing today? Even when they launched the campaign of Change Start With Me, that we expected our president to take decisive action against the most important thing that matters to him when he was in Daura, corruption. Till today, President Muhammad Buhari have not taken any action against people that have been accused.
What do you mean not taking action? What about the actions that we have seen? Okay, Francis, that would just be okay.
Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Let me just touch a word here.
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Francis, let me say that what you are seeing now, the manifestation of ineptitude you are seeing now, did not start today or yesterday. It started from 1999, to be precise, because that we are discussing democracy now. The destruction started from Obasanjo. It kept on coming and increasing in pyramid and in multitude up to this moment you are talking about. Therefore, the issue of saying this regime has failed woefully without linking it to what happened between 1999 to date is being in a milder form being myopic. But let me also tell you that the issue of Nigeria is not about only leadership. It's also about followership. It's about France. It's about Moses. It's about Muhammad. It's about Ahmed. It's about whatever. Call us. The followership have contributed immensely in also destroying Nigeria in concert with the leadership. What role have they played? Whatever is wrong in a bigger scale is also wrong in a smaller scale. Look inwards. See the role that the followership have played in the following manner. The small man you are talking about, the peasant and the poor, you go to the market, they cheat every minute. You go to the highway, they cheat every minute. A houseboy is looking for an opportunity to steal from his master. A tanker driver is looking for an opportunity to steal from the truck given to him for delivery. Every other smaller person, not all of them, but majority, are also looking for an opportunity to take advantage. Therefore, the followership also played an important role in undermining the progress of Nigeria. When you collect 500 naira to vote. When you collect soap and rice and gari and ground to vote, you have no voice to complain because you have been cycled ab initio. When you look at the industry, the religious industry, they have no reason to complain now because a pastor or a priest or an imam who receives money from his own congregation live in abject comfort, in complete comfort, and this family looks at the congregation who are living in penury and is looking for zakah, he's looking for tithe, every day is looking for also contribution every Sunday or every Friday. It is the same imam, the same pastor that is coming to preach to you in the name of Allah and in the name of Jesus. Until we stop that pretense, both the congregation and those presiding over the congregation, both the poor and the rich, the governed and those in governance, have a long way to go. We must talk to ourselves. We must look inwards.
Still with your calls? So it's on your calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sir.
Good morning.
And good morning to your guest.
Morning.
In fact, if there's anything we have ever done to win Nigeria, the country to this girl that we brought to this studio. In fact, he has spoken our minds. May the Almighty God bless him. But what I wanted to say is that if you look the way this election was handled and the quick intervention of the president by congratulating Obateki, maybe something good is coming out of this politics now, and we hope this will continue. Another thing I want to say to you is that let's not go to Kaduna Sokoto. As I'm speaking with you now, we in the close Kaduna State Limited, the first regional state that opened by let's not go to Kaduna Sokoto for the north is completely closed down, vandalized, and the workers are in fact dying. Nobody has even shown us anything. And we believe that if that Kaduna Associate, they will have allowed this industry to close down. We don't know why, sir. Because it was the first regional state that opened by Let's Bello, closely followed by Azik, Abatezal, and Awonwo, Nigerian government in Lagos. They were competing in the government, not in how much I take home. So we are playing seriously with your guests to look inward and appeal in this program to the northerners, critical aspect of Kaduna.
Hello, Comrade Gabriel. Okay, but we got...
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yes, Gabriel, it's a good observation, but let me also tell you one thing. The vision of people like Samadi Bello, Zik Awolowo, and Tarka and other people is a vision rooted in service to the people. I always emphasize this. It is completely different from the vision of the current crop of leaders, most of them. Most of those who are aspiring to political office don't even understand the burden that goes along with that office. They don't even understand the needs and the pains of their own people. All they are after is they are after power. But gradually, as you mentioned, Edo, I will tell you that Mr. President had no option but to congratulate Governor Obaseki for winning the election because it was free and fair election that brought back this guy to power. And it's also an indicator of the signs of things to come in future. Gone are this, or gone will be those when Godfather is going to play any role in Nigerian political system. And also it's an indicator that if people remain firmly resolute to choose what they want, they will get what they want. The next stage for them to checkmate the likely excesses of people in governance. Because those in governance, majority of them have personalized resources, have personalized power, have personalized authority. They are using them against the very people who elected them.
Still with your calls? Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
So, Francis, do not allow me to complete what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Francis, we don't do it this way. You made a call. Please allow others to come in, please. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, morning.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Mr. Tony Alabi.
Your name, please.
If I can say something, this is the best.
Your name, please.
We have brought. Huh?
Your name?
My name is Sunday, Nigeria.
Oh, okay, Sunday.
This is the best guest we have bring in that studio. everybody are bringing. I'm so happy about this. I learned a lot. Now, 1999, corruption in this country started. Yes, I accept that.
Did it start in 1999? Okay, let's just go on. Just go on.
1999, the corruption. I know the corruption started that time. Until now, and the way I see it, this is the regime where they're supposed to stop that corruption, and the corruption is still going on. It's not supposed to be like that. And President Buhari told us that nothing they are going to do is going to stop that corruption. If you see the corruption in Nigeria, this is the worst corruption I've ever had in this Nigeria.
Well, your personal opinion. Okay, Sunday Nigeria, we got you on that. Let me just quickly, with Sunday Nigeria, yes, President Muhammad Buhari had said to Nigerians that if we do not kill corruption, it will kill us. But where are we with corruption today?
It is killing us. The corruption is there. You can see it walking on its own two legs, waving with its own two hands, looking with two eyes, hearing with two ears, and speaking loud that I am here, corruption, do the worst you can do. And people are watching. People are traumatized. People are asphyxiated by corruption. And no apology. The best that is being done by the regime is to do the